This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Oregon Governor Tina Kotek will be in Portland later this morning to talk about the state's plan to revitalize the city's downtown core. We're going to preview the governor's address coming up here in one of our top stories. Plus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Look at that. That fireball, a transformer exploding in Tennessee caused by a tornado that you saw there too. The latest on the damage left behind by a string of storms that hit the state this weekend. Plus.
Big treat for the Sunrise audience this morning. Big treat for us here in the Sunrise studios because that guy, Michael Allen Harrison, is live with us all morning long, giving us a preview of his annual Christmas at the Old Church concert series. That starts tomorrow night, but the preview is right here, right now. We're going to hear more from Michael. We'll also talk to him a little bit later this hour. It is a Monday morning here on the Sunrise Show. Chris is going to join us for traffic in just a second. But first, Rodney Hill has the four. I think Rod is the only person on the team who's actually seen that Christmas.
No. Let me refer. No. I jumped in a little too early.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I was going to say we've seen 10 Grands. But we've seen him.
I've seen that one too.
And I'll give a plug for his Christmas anthology album, which is an oldie but goodie. Got to give him a plug for that.
It's always good when Michael Allen Harrison performs.
Absolutely, and he saves money by not using music. Have you seen that? The man has everything memorized. All right. Here we go. We have nothing showing up on the radar here in the west side, but it is a thick, low cloud deck that may be producing some fog where you are, and it certainly is, in fact, producing some drizzle that at times has been heavy over the last couple of hours. So it may be a fairly wet commute depending on your exact location. We're at 50 degrees still out at the airport. So there's, again, not really a morning chill. We'll go 48 to 50 out the door, drizzle spots to the bus stop. That means a raincoat. And then clouds should be mainly dry around the area at noon, 52. And then we may or may not see some sun breaks starting to open up before the sun goes down. If we do, it could be as warm as 54. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, we are in relatively good shape out there this morning. I wanted to give you a heads up on this. The Portland Bureau of Transportation doing some signal repair on Southwest Terwilliger Boulevard near the intersection with Capitol Highway. A busy intersection a little bit later on this morning. There was an overnight crash there, signal damage, so they're going to have to fix that. And when many of you are going through that intersection, the light's not going to be working. So just be aware of that. Might want to plan a different route. I-5 from Clark County right now, a little drizzly and still moving along just fine as it is on the west side. Guys, this is Highway 26 near 217. No major freeway issues out there just yet.
Okay, thanks for giving us a heads up on that, Chris. Today, we are expecting to learn more about Governor Tina Kotek's plan to revitalize downtown Portland. So this plan is a result of a task force that she spearheaded starting back in August.
After months of work and months of meetings, the task force will reveal its findings and potential solutions at today's Oregon Business Summit. For more on all this, let's turn it over to Devin Haskins. He's live with us in the studio this morning. Hey there, Devin.
Hey guys, this is the 21st year that the summit has happened, and top of mind of this summit, the big #1 focus, of course, is Portland. Governor Kotek will reveal her plans to revitalize downtown Portland this morning, starting at 10:30. It's part of her presentation about the Central City Task Force, and she's calling this presentation, Portland is What We Make It. Now, you may recall the task force, which is made up of 50 various business leaders and politicians from Portland, has been meeting monthly since August. Those meetings, though, were closed doors, so we know little about what's been discussed. U.S. Senator Ron Wyden will be speaking there at the summit, but at a different presentation. He told us he believes what people want are safer streets, better pay, and lower costs.
I believe that Oregonians want their elected officials and their community leaders to come out swinging. And that means more good-paying jobs. It means driving down inflation. It means safer streets. That's what I use my chairmanship of the Senate Finance Committee to do, and I'll help the task force with whatever they're recommending, particularly on the federal side.
We'll live stream Governor Kotek's presentation this morning on our website. Just head to kgw.com. Those remarks, again, expected to start at 10:30. Christine.
Thank you, Devin. Today, unions representing custodians and nutrition workers will be back to bargaining with Portland Public Schools. This roughly 2 weeks after teachers ratified their new contract with the district. Thomas Schultz has a look at what workers want.
For close to a year, some of Portland Public Schools' lowest paid employees have been bargaining for a new contract, and they're becoming more and more frustrated by the lack of progress.
This is not normal.
Since February, SEIU, which represents custodians and nutrition service workers, has been negotiating a new contract with Portland Public Schools. Progress has been slow.
They've had our last proposal since October.
Union members say they've gone over a month without meeting with the district. And while the two sides have reached tentative agreements on some issues, they remain far apart on the biggest, wages.
We're looking for fair wages for our people. We've got a lot of people who have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Walter says right now, nutrition service workers start at $17.25 an hour, custodians at around $19 an hour. They hope to raise salaries to around $25 an hour by the end of the contract.
It's a huge issue for us.
And they aren't the only ones bargaining. Paraeducators are also negotiating for a new contract. Twice, members have rejected a tentative agreement. Since then, the union president has stepped down and 2 new bargaining members joined negotiations.
I mean, their membership wasn't happy with it.
This all comes a couple weeks after teachers settled a contract with the district, ending a near month-long strike. Now educators are calling for wage hikes for co-workers too.
I know they're fighting for a fair contract and they deserve it so much.
Portland Public Schools did not immediately respond to our interview request, though they have said previously their agreement with teachers will lead to budget cuts. Still, other unions are awaiting a new deal.
We want a fair contract.
Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Also this morning, we're learning more about a deadly crash in Washington County that reportedly killed a 7th grade student. The Oregonian is reporting that he went to Tualatin Middle School in Tigard. Another passenger, a 10th grade girl from Tualatin High School, suffered serious injuries. The Washington County Sheriff's Office says the driver, 19-year-old Jesse Granados Villegas, lost control Friday night on Southwest River Road. The vehicle she was driving rolled over and crashed into a fence. Deputies arrested Granados Villegas on several charges, including manslaughter and DUI. We're told that all 3 people who were in the car are related.
Portland police made several arrests and recovered thousands of dollars in stolen property over the weekend on the east and west side of the city. It's part of the Bureau's plan to crack down on retail theft during the holidays. This is some video of the items recovered as well as the arrests. 37 people were arrested on Saturday, and all but 1 were wanted on warrants. Police recovered more than $4,900 in stolen property and 4 stolen cars.
Well, the weekend ended rainy, but we know skiers and snowboarders did have a slim opportunity, a small window to hit the slopes over the weekend. Mount Hood Meadows opened up on Saturday. Timberline actually opened up on both days, while Ski Bowl did remain closed. All 3 have either suspended operations now or have limited operations over the next few days.
I guess 1 day of skiing is better than no days of skiing for enthusiasts.
I mean, the rain hit Sunday. Ski Bowl wasn't able to even open up their tubing. They only have 4 inches on the ground, for crying out loud. There's basically nothing that government can't.
I mean, the new hope, right, is to make sure things are, next week is the break for most students in the area.
Right.
Yeah. And that's when they hope things are definitely back up to running.
And sadly, there's just not a lot of precipitation showing up between now and Christmas Day. One of my point on my winter outlooks is that it's been a while since you've had one of those Christmas weeks where you drive up to government camp and there's basically no snow on the ground. We thought this could be a year like that, and so far, we don't want that to come true, but so far that is coming true. Here's like a Timberline right now. We have a wet parking lot. We have temperature up here just holding above freezing. It looks like the parking lot might be a little icy, 33 degrees, but it's upper 30s at government camp. Cascade passes are all wet. So where are we compared to a year ago? So if you go to yesterday's date, December 10th, Timberline a year ago had a 54-inch base. So that was what was on the ground for skiers and boarders. Yesterday, the base was 26 inches. Meadows, 50 inches a year ago. Yesterday, below 2 feet at 17 inches. Really, you want a minimum of pushing 30 inches for a base to make sure you got most of the rocks covered, right? Ski Bowl a year ago had over 2 feet. Not bad for them, but 4 inches and melting as I speak up there. So yeah, it is now officially a very, very slow start to the skiing recreation season up on Hood. We have systems holding out to sea for the time being. There's a weak front that will come in Wednesday overnight, Thursday morning. Looks like less than 1/10 of an inch of rain for Portland. Really not looking for any measurable snowfall up on Mount Hood from that. So a number of dry days coming to a good chunk of our state. We still have some lingering areas of rain moving out toward Pendleton into the Blues and down south. There are drizzle spots falling from a really deep low cloud deck. Think about all the rain we had over the weekend. The trailing front kind of washed out, so there wasn't anything to plow the low level depth of moisture out of our area. So that's why we have some fog out there this morning. That's why we have some drizzle spots that have been actually quite wet. Now we think the drizzle is mainly a morning thing, and then this afternoon we may or may not get some partial clearing in the cloud deck. There's no wind to really help us out, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of us just stay cloudy into the night. Now tomorrow we have our friend the east wind coming to life out of the gorge, and that typically does eventually bring clearing skies across the area. So I do believe we'll get a good bit of sunshine on Tuesday. Right now, I think you can tell the bricks are wet from the downtown view. No wind out there, 50 degrees out at the airport, 47 in Forest Grove, 49 in Boring, very mild stuff. 50 in Salem, 44 out in the Dalles. It is 32 out in Baker City this morning. The forecast numbers for this Monday. We're going to be hanging out somewhere around 50 much of the day. High temperatures, low 50s to about 54 it looks like. Partial afternoon clearing, maybe. Winds are light, west 5 to 10. Similar numbers up into southwest Washington, Portland up to 54. Mostly sunny, 50 tomorrow. Now the normal daytime high is now 46, 47 degrees. So all of these days are continuing a pattern of well above normal temperatures and snow levels generally 5,000 feet or higher. Again, the forecast not promising for Mount Hood resorts, but a nice dry out for area rivers to recede this week here in the valley. Back to you.